Good morning. Good afternoon, actually. It's 1 o'clock in Los Angeles. I am the Moon Mama, and I am grateful to be here. The energy is very intense today. We have the Sun conjunct Mercury and Saturn conjunct Neptune today, and the Moon is currently in Cancer. So the emotions, the energy, the tension is very, very, very thick. Like literally, I feel like even though I'm just standing in my room, I feel like there's a thick energy around me that's kind of like holding me, and I feel like I'm in water on some level. And that's Saturn conjunct Neptune and the Moon in Cancer. So there's a lot of emotions, a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions, feelings, internal stuff. Cancer governs our inner world. So things are confusing because of Neptune. Neptune is unformed energy. It's the dream state. It's the subconscious. It's the amenta is what the ancients called it. The amenta, which is the space where things are coming and things are going, but it's not formed yet. And so it's like a fog. It's like, right? But Saturn says, put some structure on it. Make it something real. Make it something that can actually be useful. Saturn says, this unformed energy is here to be made into something new. We're moving into a new age. So literally it's like, what are you doing to bring your dreams into manifestation? What actions are you taking to make your dreams come true? That's what Saturn conjunct Neptune is. And if you haven't been devoted to who you are and what you're up to and learning about who you are and learning about your place, it will occur as confusion. And I have been doing all those things. And this morning I woke up like in a daze. I was just like, like, okay, where am I? You know what I mean? And so I literally was like, slow down, take your time, do the things you need to do. I went and got back in the bed because I could feel all this energy that it was like a flood. And I was clear that I wasn't going to know. I needed more rest. I needed more rest before I could get clear how to be with it. And so the Sun is in Gemini, conjunct Mercury today, what they call a kamikaze. Now, here's what I want to say. We are living through the most transformational time that any humans have ever lived through. And I realize that every day I come here and go, oh, this amazing thing is happening, or this incredible thing is happening, or this intense thing is happening. That's the way of it, you guys. Like, this is not normal. This is not how it has typically been, but it is how it is now. So you have to know what is yours to do and what is not. You have to know when to pump the brakes. You have to know when to go down and go rest. It's up to you to prioritize. Saturn in Aries says you prioritize yourself. And that is the same in your relationship. Like in my relationship with my ancestors and my higher self and my star guides and all of that, I will say, I need some rest. I'm tired. I can't do this right now. Like, I'm not ready for this. And we have choice. You literally are at choice in your experience. But because many of us haven't had sovereignty, we have been waiting on others to tell us what to do. We've been using our energy to meet the needs of other people, like bosses and parents and spouses and children and friends. Like you've been externalizing your energy for so long. When you don't have to do that any longer, you don't know what to do because you haven't had the power over yourself. So that can create confusion for people because you haven't cultivated your own dreams. You haven't cultivated your own desires. You don't know what you want. So when you have all of this energy, it just creates confusion because you don't really know what you want. You don't know who you are. You don't know. And so then you have to begin to ask, who am I? What am I up to? Who am I? What am I up to? I asked this question. I lived inside of the question of who am I for like 6 years, literally every day. Who am I? Who am I? I know they told me that my name is Monique. I know they told me that I'm in this world and I'm a black woman and this is America. I know they told me, but what's the truth? What's really true? Because all the things I've been told don't add up. They don't work. They don't allow me to really function in the ways that I'm meant to. So who am I? And this question of who am I, because Saturn is in Aries, will begin to bring to you a greater consciousness of what you're meant to be and when you ask that question, the things that are not aligned to you will begin to automatically fall away. Now, this is uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable when things that you have been associated with for your entire life, or for decades, or friend people when that stuff starts to fall away, when you start asking, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Why did I have these experiences, and how do those experiences inform my identity, who I'm meant to be? You ask the question, and you get your journal, and you put it in your bag, or you carry it with you, or your phone. And when stuff comes up, when answers come, you write them down, because you are building your true identity. And Saturn in Aries is going to give you all the time and space and energy you need to do it. It won't allow you to do anything else. That's what I'm saying. Saturn won't allow you to do anything else but what you're meant to do. So when things start to fall away, you have to ask, okay, what is it that I'm really meant to be doing? And this is why I take the herbs. I take mullein. I take herbs to help me release the grief. Because when you've been dedicating your life to certain experiences and people and things, and those things begin to fall away, that shit hurts. It's not pleasant. When those behaviors, so for me, I've had lifetimes of codependent behaviors of meeting other people's needs and thinking about what other people need, overthinking about my own needs, sacrificing myself. I have had lifetimes of that. But this lifetime, I have the North Node in Aries, which means I can't do that shit no more. It won't even allow me to do it. I have been completely cut off from all the experiences and situations that I was involved in where I was giving my energy away and giving my power away. I don't even have anybody to give it to anymore. Like literally, it's like, right? So it's an uncomfortable experience, but it is one that will lead you to more comfort, more peace, more alignment, a greater experience of yourself. So today is a Jupiter day, and Jupiter is in Gemini. Jupiter is in Gemini. The Sun is in Gemini, and Mercury is in Gemini. So Jupiter is expanding your perception. It's saying, get bigger than these old ways of being. So for me, get bigger than giving your energy and power to others because you don't have a sense of self, because you think that you are responsible for others. Get bigger than that. Like create more space. And, so it's like create a new story, a new mindset around who you really are, how you're using your energy, your mental energy, because Gemini is our mind, it's our mental energy. And so Jupiter is expanding your mind to have a new perspective. And what does a mind expansion mean? It means study, it means learn, get new information, go understand new things so that you can take on a new way of being. So that you can have more, a greater language for what it is you're up to, for what it is you're doing, for who you're meant to be. Jupiter and Gemini, expand your narratives, expand your perception. The Sun in Gemini, the Sun is illuminating. And Gemini is this duality. It's literally the twins, the light and the dark, the shadow, the shadow and the light. So the Sun there is exposing the shadow. It's exposing the narratives that you have had in place that no longer serve you. Gemini also rules siblings. So literally the stories we have come from our childhoods. It comes from the environment that you were born in. I personally didn't have siblings, but I had aunties and uncles that I grew up with because my grandmother raised me. And I grew up believing I was so much younger than all of them, right? So I was 8 years younger than the youngest one. I was 8 years younger than the youngest one. And so they were responsible for me. And they didn't care to be responsible for me, which, I don't care anything about that now. But how that would look, how that showed up in real time is like, I had an uncle who would walk me to school. And I'm like 4 years old, literally, a tiny little thing. And he's like 20. And he would literally walk an entire block in front of me. An entire block in front of me. Like he would walk 100 yards in front of me. Let's say it that way. He would be walking 100 yards in front of me. And my just trying to keep up. But that did something in my experience. It made me feel like I was a burden. It made me feel like I needed to really be good all the time, because if I didn't, they were going to be angry with me, because they were teenagers and they were young adults and they didn't have any patience and they weren't kind and they weren't right. So, but that created a narrative in my story that I'm too much, that I'm a burden, that, I'm taking up too much space, right? So that stuff needs to go. Those are the things that I am releasing. And then, so that's Gemini, the sun, the duality of the story, and then Mercury. And Mercury and the sun are conjunct today. So whatever story you want a new story, begin to tell yourself a new story. So my new story is that everywhere I go, I'm appreciated. I'm meant to be in places. And even if my experience is a difficult one, it is a desired difficult one. Because I also know that when I'm in spaces with people, the things that are easy kind of go away, because I'm a Virgo, because I see the stuff that is not meant, you know what I mean? I can see everything. So when I landed in this environment with my grandmother and her children, them having to take care of me was the hard thing. They did not want to do it, but it had to get done. And so they did it how they did it, right? And I experienced that today in my life. I experienced that people come to me to discover the things that they don't necessarily want to do, but they need to do it. It's going to benefit them in some way. It's not going to be an easy thing. Like I have Saturn in Aries. So my energy is karmic to others, is what I'll say. And it's just to help them make the adjustment. I'm the person you come to when your bone set incorrectly and you need it to be rebroken so that it can be set correctly. I'm that person. And that's not fun. Nobody wants to sit with the person who's going to break their bone so that it'll set correctly. But I'm that person. And if you don't come sit with the person who breaks the bone so it'll reset correctly, you will forever be handicapped. That, right? So you got to understand your energy. So I am understanding that, yes, I am the person who comes to do the hard work. I'm the person who comes to do the things that people don't want to do, but they need to do, and they are ready to do. And I'm the person who can actually gently lead them through it in a way that allows them to actually get it done. I am that one. I can do it. I can assist you in doing the hard things. And I have had to tell myself a new story about being that person, because whenever that person comes, generally everybody's like, oh, here she comes. Oh, and when I was in my 20s and stuff, and I would hang out with my girlfriends, we'd be sitting around talking about whatever, and I would inevitably come with the hard conversation, and they would always go, oh, here comes Monique talking about the thing that nobody wants to talk about. But it's the thing that we all need to talk about, because it's the thing that everybody's denying. It's the elephant in the room. I'm the person who is going to point out the elephant in the room. And I'm going to do so with as much compassion and joy and honesty and freedom as possible. Because if you don't, you can't actually access freedom. And what we really want, Jupiter, is about freedom. Jupiter, today's a Jupiter day, and Jupiter is ultimately about freedom. And the only way you're going to access freedom is by being who you're really meant to be. Anything else is a prison. Any other identity other than the one that is aligned for you through your natal chart, through your code, is prison. And I have experienced it. I have experienced the prison of being misaligned, of being like, oh, I can't fully move yet because I have not course corrected this belief system, this mindset. I'm still trapped because I'm doing a thing that doesn't serve me any longer. So I'm still locked in. And so I know how to get free. I know how to get free, and I know how to assist others in getting free. So the moon is in Cancer. I started this talking about the moon being in Cancer. All the planets that we have in Gemini, Saturn conjunct Neptune, about bringing our dreams, the things that you are dreaming to be, to become. Neptune, your dreams. Saturn, cause and effect, bringing your dreams into reality. Wow, you all. Okay, I'm glad I got that out. I don't know if any of that really made sense. I don't know if it's in order in the ways, because I feel like my energy feels very like, right now. Like, so to bring it in has to narrow it so that you guys can get what I'm saying. I hope I did a good enough job of that, because I don't feel very capable of that today. I feel very spread out and like, and so I hope that was good enough for you all. If you need support, you can reach out to my website at healwithmoonmama.com. I am here to support you. And yeah, okay. Jupiter is about knowledge, right? So learn, study who you are, who you're meant to be. Study your own natal chart. That's the best place to start. Study your own natal chart. Just study yourself. If you just study yourself, you're going to be so ahead of the game. And that has been my path, to just study myself. And I have been studying my own energy and how it's meant to function so that I could free myself from the wheel of karma. You want to free yourself from the real wheel of karma. And let me say, I dare not say that I'm free from the wheel of karma in this moment, but I am more and more aligned in ways that feel connected, that feel like I'm right where I'm meant to be, that allow me to trust that what I'm doing, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's not like a fun thing to do, I know that it's exactly what I'm meant to be doing. And that is what we do to free ourselves from the depths of these karmic experiences that are connected to the Western experience of being a Black person, connected to enslavement, connected to, enslavement and capitalism and all these things. The most important thing to really understand about this time that we're on the planet, that none of this is a mistake. Once I really got that the experience of racism and sexism and Christianity, those experiences were designed to help us harness our power, like a dam that you erect to hold the water, and then that water creates a momentum that then creates power called electricity. That is exactly what racism and all of these systems have done for Black people. They have dammed our energy up so that power builds. And now, if you have the wherewithal and the desire and the intention, you can begin to alchemize those traumas and shadows into healing, into transformation, into freedom, into who you're truly meant to be. And it starts by you knowing who you are, by studying yourself. All right, y'all. Peace and blessings. I love y'all very much. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.